Hmm. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do. Do do do. Do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Ah. Delicious canned water. All right. How are people doing? Hope everyone's doing all right. Sorry, that filled that up quite a bit. Hello, Gozer, Carowin, Rowan, Ian, Ms. Wicked Wolf, DB, lots of folks in. Good to see y'all. Hi, pirates. You are so doubting, Ms. Wicked Wolf. You don't seem to trust me at all. I don't understand why not. So, hope everybody is doing all right. Ben. There isn't like a deep meaning or anything by the title for this particular live stream. It's just kind of my mood, and it's frustrating because I appear to have been forgotten lately by the algorithms on both YouTube and TikTok. They seem to have both decided, oh, she just doesn't exist anymore. As far as we're concerned, I just keep having things underperforming or flat out tanking, and it's frustrating. Little bit. Hello there, An Odd Idea. Finally caught your live stream. I'm always delighted to see your videos. Thank you. Thank you very much. I remember Forsaken was a weird N64 game. Yeah, that game, I never played it. I remember the box art for Forsaken, though, which made no sense. Oh, so Ms. Wicked Wolf, why do I hate April Fool's Day? Because April Fool's Day might as well be renamed to National Asshole Day. That's why. Because, look, I hate pranks as a style of humor. I'm not going to say there is no such thing as a good prank, but the number of good pranks, or ones that I think are any good, and I don't think are horrible, terrible things, is a vast minority. The vast majority of pranks rely on making other people in some way very upset without their consent to the situation. And screw you, that's not funny. That's cruel. You think it's funny, but screw you. Like, about the only thing I'll give a pass to is I'll give a pass to things like, say, Jackass, where the whole cast are doing these things to each other and, like, they have literally signed contracts agreeing that they're okay with this going on. So, like, that I'll give a pass to, but that is honestly about it. And even that, I don't particularly find funny. I just don't judge it quite as hard. Finally found me on TikTok, and you also know my real name. I do. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it here, because A, trying to remember names and keep everything straight is iffy for me, and B, you have the right to not use your real name here, so I'm not going to out you for that. Who's your favorite character from The Office? I don't like The Office. I watched the first season of the US version, and no, it was good. I was set. I'd had my fill. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it especially. We reckon the algorithm trouble is due to you not making enough animal sacrifices to the internet gods. Okay, but Last I knew, humans still counted as animals. So are you saying that they've now narrowed the definition and human sacrifices to the internet gods are no longer acceptable? Because I have a problem killing animals. I'm not comfortable with it. I think the last 2 years has mostly stopped April Fool's Day. Good. Kill it forever. Someone pranked me, telling me that my favorite celebrity died. I cried before they told me it was a prank. I blocked them. Good. Absolutely perfect. I almost decked one of my suite mates my third year at college when they pulled prank shit on me. Like when the whole lot of them, when they realized how pissed I was, they all scattered, and I managed to get my hands on one of them and shoved him up against the wall. I think he thought I was gonna eat his face. I was pissed, and they didn't pull that shit again. They also didn't really talk to me again after that. I think they decided I wasn't any fun because I called them on their shit. I thought National Asshole Day was when people celebrate straight pride. No, because we don't recognize that. To call that National Asshole Day means we're recognizing it as a thing, and we're not going to do that. Remember when you told everyone on Twitch that I like to poke at you with glee? Yes. Yes, I do. Because you do. Thoughts on Dr. Doom? He is a great character that, for some reason, nobody outside of comics seems to get, like, at all. I was really kind of curious and excited about the idea of Noah Hawley doing a Doom movie, but that seems to have been scrapped with the Fox buyout. But Doom is in my mind an ideal long-running villain, and maybe that's part of the problem with why he adapts so poorly to film, especially because film, when it comes to its villains, really does do best on one and dones by and large. And if you're going to have a recurring villain, it can be hard to have them keep being a villain. So the whole thing with Dr. Doom is that he works amazingly well as a long-running, he's out there somewhere doing something. And so when he turns up, it doesn't necessarily feel as contrived as when other long-running villains turn up, because just the kind of guy he is always scheming. And so when he turns out to be behind something, you're like, no, that tracks. If you thought this was going to get you more power, this is totally something that you would do. And he already has the resources to pull off so much stuff. And I find him a really interesting character, but because you can't bring those elements of him out in a film that also has to have him lose by the end credits, I think that's part of what throws off the adaptations and a big part of why his movie incarnations suck so hard. Do you like the band Nirvana? Not as much as I'm supposed to, given the generation I come from. I like some Nirvana. I appreciate Nirvana. I understand the significance of Nirvana. I don't listen to Nirvana for fun. Never have. Excuse me. I didn't back when they first became a thing, and I don't now. Been doing a reverse watch through of Christopher Nolan films. This viewing of The Dark Knight, I finally understood why Lucius Fox was still at Wayne Enterprises in the next film. Oh, care to enlighten us then, Rowan? Because actually, that's not of my issues with the Dark Knight Rises. That was not at the top of my list. What about a Doctor Doom series to flesh out the character and the land of Latveria? Sorry for the misspell. Well, like here, you have the inherent problem of trying to bolster a film with supplementary material with that, which is more people are going to watch the movie than the show. And I'm not comfortable with film studios providing an incomplete experience because you didn't consume enough media. If you're going to sell me something, you're going to ask me to pay for it, I should be able to get satisfaction out of that thing unless it is explicitly sold to me as part of a set. So like a single episode of a TV show doesn't have to satisfy me the way, say, a film does, but I would expect a season of a show to bring me some degree of satisfaction. But to have, like, I think the really good example of this right now that's semi-topical is Rise of Skywalker. Apparently, there are answers to a whole lot of the logistical holes in that movie, especially where it regards Palpatine. But none of them are in the movie. They're in friggin' comic books and tie-ins and novels and, like, screw you. If it's essential information, it needs to be in the movie. And if you can't make the movie work and cram that in, then come up with a different plan for what to do with your movie. Out of classic Who villains that have been brought into the new series, which ones have been done the most justice and which have been the worst done? I don't think any of them have been badly done. If I'm going to be completely honest, the ones that have come back the most have had more opportunities to have flub episodes, but I don't think any have been flat out badly done. If I were going to critique any of them, the one I'd probably have the most notes for at this point would be the Sontarans. Now, that one's a weird one because when they first showed back up in the two-parter in Series 4, great. That was a great reinvention of them. Unfortunately, at this point, the Sontarans have become inextricably linked to Strax, and Strax is the comedy character. So now the impression is the Sontarans as a race are now a joke and are not. They're not. They're not a threat anymore. They're a punchline, and that's a shame. And I do like Strax, but they need to have a story of the Sontarans without him and without that actor playing the Sontarans, I think. Because he said he was going to resign if that sonar machine was there, completely overlooked that he smiles after blowing it up. Oh, yeah. Okay, that tracks. Oh, hi, Jesse. I didn't see you come in. I can't get no do-do-do satisfaction. Da-na-na. There was a guy in my high school who looked so much like Kurt Cobain, it was unsettling. I didn't have anybody in my high school who looked like him. I did have a few people who could sing like him disturbingly accurately. Are you aware of the Tiger Lilies? I have heard of the Tiger Lilies. I don't know if I've heard any of their stuff. But I've heard of them. How's things? Tiring. Like, I got what I had planned to get done finished today, but I'm wiped, like, more than I should be, and I don't know why, but it's just kind of drained. Thank God Chibnall is bringing back Sontarans with intimidating classic style gear and everything. Don't know story details, though. Oh, is he? See, this is the thing. I don't pay attention to the leaks and this is coming back, like, because I would rather be surprised. You know, I'm not a leaks and rumor tracker person thing. Did you know that Tim Curry played the prosecutor in the 1990 Berlin concert version of The Wall? I did not. Oh. The crown will plainly show the prisoner was caught red-handed showing feelings. What do you think of the upcoming series Loki? I'm curious about it. It looks fun. We'll see how it actually ends up turning out. I mean, so far I have a little bit more confidence in Falcon and the Winter Soldier than I did by the end of WandaVision, which I was a little let down. Oh, Steven! Oh, okay. I need to say this before I forget it. So, Stephen Partridge is in the chat, and starting this Thursday, correct me if I'm wrong, Stephen. I might be. I'm hydrating. There is going to be a streamed D&D game that Stephen is DMing for. This is going to be on Twitch. And this is going to be on his Twitch stream, which is Partridge Quill. And he's DMing it, and it's the 4 players in it are authors. So 4 authors are going to be doing a DM. Is going to be doing a D&D campaign on Twitch, and they are going to be archived on, I believe, Sword and Quill is the YouTube channel that's been set up to archive that. I am really, really excited about this. And actually, you know what? I'm going to try and do something here. So I have not gotten to play Dungeons and Dragons in a while. And I am really excited to be able to get to do this. And I want to tease you folks just a little bit here. So let me see if I can pull up what I'm after. Okay, that's what I want. All right, see if I can get this up. All right, just a moment. I'm going to show you a silhouette for my character. So give me a second here. Let me just get it pulled up. And assuming that I can get this thing to, work. Right. Every time I mess around with technology, it finds ways to bite me in the ass. But anyways, I'm really excited, and Steven has a lot of homebrew rules on this. Okay, here we go. So this over in the corner, let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. All right, that, folks. Oh, goodness sake. I'm sorry. I'm watching my mother's dog, and he's an idiot. So, that is the silhouette for the character I will be playing. And I am really, really excited for this. So that's a little tease I'm going to give you. A bit of Satyr. People asking Bard, Satyr. Looks like fun. Bard, Satyr, Bard. I am looking forward to this a lot. Oh, are you kidding me? He just brought over this freaking hedgehog because he wants me to throw it. Like, this is a very awkward angle. I can't really get it out the door from where I'm sitting, and the room is small. And he is a moron. The Twitch name again. So this Thursday, and it's going to be bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks. The Twitch channel is Stephen Partridge. I'm going to get that cleared off. There we go. So that starts on Thursday, and oh, goodness sake, Orion. Oh, man, just barely managed to get that out the door. So every 2 weeks, and I will I'll drop notes on Twitter and in the community tabs on the YouTube channel and things like that. Oh. Yeah, so forgive me as I have to intermittently reach down, pick up this gross, slobbery hedgehog to throw. Get out of here. He's been sleeping all day, and now he wants to play. Bit of a tease in a couple ways, to be honest. Oh, really? Last time I played D&D, I was a time mage, Celestial, who basically acted like insane Seventh Doctor. Like, I have my notions for how my character's going to play, but like a lot of it is going to be found in the interactions and in the act of playing them. So, been getting into any Big Finish lately? No, because I'm trying to catch up on other stuff. I am trying desperately to get everything that I've been trying to get done and had hoped to have done earlier in this year completed and lined up. So, like, it is my goal to have my novel available for digital pre-order later this month. And hopefully physical pre-order not too long after that. And I've started working with the narrator on the audiobook. And I'm a little less than halfway through the finalized edit. And as soon as that's done, I need to get advanced reader copies out. And then once it's truly finalized, I need to get copies to the Kickstarter backers. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Can we see the dog? He has wandered off again. So if he comes back, I'll let you see the dog. But for right now, he seems to be done playing for the time being. So we're going to let him be. Did you know that in the comics, the Howling Commandos are a team of Marvel's version of movie monsters like Frankenstein's monster and Wolfman and the Mummy? Is that a recent development? Because no. Like, I feel like you're pulling my leg. You're either pulling my leg or that only recently happened. Well, I say recently, like after their main thing. The narrator sounds like it could be a Doctor Who villain. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Neverwinter's a good online Dungeons & Dragons game. I remember trying to get into that one. I didn't get very far. Moulin Rouge is on Broadway. Would you go see it? No. I play one game and DM another. I play a half-elf ranger who was brought up in a circus and is very theatrical and quite ambiguous. I am legitimately very excited about getting to do this. I haven't gotten to do this kind of gaming in ages. Also in that concert, Albert Finney was the judge. So it was an Annie reunion. The evidence before the court is incontrovertible. Just started the Eric Roberts Master series. It's quite good. I've heard good things, and I'm definitely curious. But like, much like with everything else, I have a backlog of Big Finish stuff that I've already bought and haven't, or has been sent to me as gifts, and I haven't listened to. So, trying to justify catching up on the new stuff. Do you like the song Blinding Lights by The Weeknd? Yes. Actually, I like that song quite a bit. I found out about it because it was a TikTok meme a few months back. I think you'll see Invincible if time allows. I would recommend. I was talking with Carolyn about that earlier today. That, like, it was a show that I was prepared to pass on, but everybody's saying that it's really good, and I'm just kind of like, fine, I guess I'll watch the show that everyone says is good, and I would like. Fine. And just being spiteful at the possibility of getting to see something that I will probably enjoy, but just the idea of more things to do. Just, haven't watched Doctor Who since Angels Take Manhattan. Is it still good, meh, or has it gone downhill? I mean, swings and roundabouts. As a show, it has its ups and downs. It has definitely been very good since then. It's not at one of its high points right now, but like there's definitely been stretches since then that I think are well worth watching. Why won't you go see Moulin Rouge on Broadway? Because I don't like it. And I think you know that. Is one of the ones on the backlog masterful? I don't even think I've gotten to that one yet because the backlog predates that. Have you watched anything featuring Jodie Whittaker outside of Doctor Who? I think yes, because I've seen the first season of Broadchurch, and I've seen the Black Mirror episode she was in, which was I remember what it was about. I can't remember what it was called now, but those are the other things I've seen her in. Sounds inspired by Doctor Who, but there is a character in a series I'm writing who is simply known as the Associate. See, now that to me sounds like an assassin. If they cast you in the Wizard of Oz remake, would you do it? Only if I can play the Scarecrow. If I only had a brain. Have you played the new Among Us map yet? No. I did not realize there was a new map. Oh, I haven't touched that game in a month or two. Have you seen any of the Japanese Godzilla films? A smattering of them. Like a very random smattering. I've seen Final Wars. I've seen Godzilla versus King Kong. I've seen Son of Godzilla. I've seen Godzilla versus Megalon. I've seen Godzilla versus Biollante. I think those are the only ones I've seen front to back all the way through. There are other ones that I've seen bits of. Like I've seen most of Shin Godzilla, just not in order. The major issue I have with The Wall is that I don't really care for Roger Waters as a person. He seems very up himself and really ruined Pink Floyd as it went on. I mean, there's definitely an argument to be made there. Here's what I will say about Roger Waters and his time on Pink Floyd. I feel like what should have happened, what it feels like should have happened is that once The Wall was over, that should have kind of been an expunging of his daddy issues and his wrestling with fame. Not to say that he could never touch on those themes again, but they should never have been front and center again. You got a whole album to be front and center with that. So move on to other stuff. But then the fact that the final cut came out after that and was dealing with all the same stuff, that was kind of where it was like, dude, come on. So yeah, like I love The Wall. I love it a lot. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the other work when he was there. I like some of it. Like Dark Side of the Moon's still good. But a lot of the rest, it's kind of mixed. And thank you, Carowin, for dealing with the trolls. They seem to have popped up again, as they do, intermittently. Oh, and Pirates, looks like you nailed one too. So, yeah. Cheers to the mods. Thank you kindly. I, for one, think that Invincible is way better than The Boys because it's not a superhero gore and raunch fest. Sorry about the anger, just venting. I mean, The Boys is based off Garth Ennis, and it's going to be kind of try-hardy, edgelord-ish. What did you do for Easter? Just the standard family stuff that I do. Forgive me for not going into detail on that, but I don't get into that much of what I do with my family on here. So we're going to leave it at that. It's very important that you listen to Missy Volume 2 before Masterful. Good to know, because I am going to get to those eventually. Your favorite song and dance, man or woman, excluding Bugs Bunny. Song and dance person. I mean, it's really kind of hard to beat Gene Kelly or Fred Astaire. Maybe Ginger Rogers. Like, you don't get song and dance people today the way that you did. It's just not quite the same. Although, Gregory Hines, he was good. Does your daughter believe in the Easter Bunny? I don't know. She might, but I mean, we still talk as if she does, but I mean, obviously there isn't as much wrapped up in that as Santa. Thoughts on Space Jam 2 trailer? I literally have no thoughts on that trailer. It was a thing that I watched. I have no nostalgia for the original Space Jam. I don't watch basketball. I know who LeBron James is, but I don't care. I like the Looney Tunes, but I don't care about this. It doesn't even get enough of a reaction out of me for me to say it doesn't look good. I just don't care. About the only thing that got any kind of reaction out of me at all was when they went from being 2D to being 3D modeled, and I just tilted my head and went, why? Why would you do that? Like, that I don't get. Excuse me. To be fair with Pink Floyd, lots of bands are criticized by fans when they switch up style or themes, like Green Day, going back to garage rock in the early 10s and people hating it. I mean, I understand that it is difficult to move on from themes, especially in terms of fan reaction, but the Final Cut is just a worse version of The Wall. And that previous one felt so personal, and the Final Cut feels so manufactured. I like Space Jam because it's such a 90s time capsule. I mean, if you got nostalgia for the 90s, that is valid. Todd in the Shadows does a series on bad career-ending albums called Train Records. I think the Final Cut would be a good one to go into. Well, did Roger Waters leave after that one, or was it later? And I do watch Todd in the Shadows, and I do like that series. It's especially because I don't dig that much into what goes on behind the scenes with music stuff. So to get perspective from him that is as entertaining as he manages to be, I enjoy his stuff in general. And you'd be right. There's a crap ton more to the character, but you'd be right. Sorry, randomness. I'm no longer sure what is being referred to there. I'm only interested in the new Space Jam because Fluffy is speedy. Okay. Are those words I am supposed to be able to parse? I think I'll just Yeah, mods, you can just actually, question for the mods. Do you have the ability to just ban them? Or is it only the timeout? Because if you have the option hide user on this channel, for the people who you've had to time out more than once, just go ahead and do that. They won't be back on that account after that. It'll save you from having to keep timing out the same people over and over and over again. So if you were holding back because you thought that maybe it was an overstep, no, you have my blessing. What happened? Well, you see, Leprechaun, I'm seeing the messages, a lot of which are just getting automatically held for review. So you folks in the chat aren't seeing them at all. But I'm seeing them. So I'm seeing the work that the mods are doing that you folks actually aren't even seeing. But I seem to have attracted a small cluster of fuckwits tonight. Yes, that was the last album Roger was on, because it's basically a Roger Waters solo album with a guest appearance from David and Nick. Okay, yeah, that would be a solid candidate for Train Records then, because the band that survived after that was not the same band for all intents and purposes. So you may or may not have noticed, Ms. Wicked Wolf, I'm starting to be more selective about which of your things I reply to. So when you keep poking me on the same things, I'm starting to glaze past them. Get some new material. I'm sorry, that was a little mean. I'm not trying to be, but I might need more water. A friend of mine showed me some Doctor Who knockoffs called The Stranger, actually starring Colin Baker, Sophie Allred, Nicola Bryant, and Nick Briggs. One was good. I hadn't heard of that. Huh. The mods deserve a tankard of water each. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Cheers. A way of life I believe in with all my heart is don't waste your life bearing grudges and live life with love in your heart. It's a good motto. I do my best. I'm not going to say that I am incapable of holding grudges. I don't hold many. There are very, very few. And I don't hold someone a grudge just because they hold one against me. Because there are a number of people who have been part of my life in the past and no longer are, and who I know at least at some point in the past harbored grudges. I don't know if they still do. They don't talk to me. But I don't begrudge people for holding a grudge against me, especially if I understand why they did. But I am not above a grudge. I could count the number of grudges I've ever held on one hand and probably wouldn't even need all my fingers. But don't plan to let them go. I'm sorry, I don't. I actually don't. Like, there's the general notion that letting go of a grudge somehow frees you. And in a way that's true, but I think that depends how much energy you're sinking into the grudge. So for me at this point, the few grudges I still hold, I don't sink energy into them. But I am not ever going to forgive the people in question. I can't and I won't. And I'm okay with that. I'm actually at peace with that fact. And whatever peace people tell me I would have by letting go and being forgiving, I'm at peace with the fact that I don't have to say I forgive you. That's where I have found peace. Oh, Kirby in a hoodie. Okay, first of all, love the name, love the icon. You get a heart. Thank you so much. I'm sorry the algorithm has forsooketh you. Ooh. And I'm sorry for the fuckwits. Your Doctor Who content rocks. And though I've now spoiled myself on a bunch of episodes, I'm excited to get back into it. Honestly, it's wonderfully touching when people say that I got them either into something that they didn't know before or back into something like Doctor Who when they took a break. Because even though I can get very complainy at times, I do love these things. And I love it when other people love them. The only good Grudge is the movie? Disagree. Movie wasn't that good. As Morrissey once sang, beware, bear more grudges than lonely high court judges. Backstreet Boys or the Spice Girls? Probably Backstreet. I've held grudges before because I just wanted to shut that person out because they hurt me in the past and I don't want to let my defenses down. Letting things go is very easily said. Well, so without getting into a lot of details on this, because I won't, I don't even have that basis for some of my grudges, because the grudge that I will probably hold for the rest of my life is against somebody who's dead. I did not kill them. Let's just be very clear. Natural causes and everything. Nor did I celebrate when they died. But this is someone who is literally incapable of re-entering my life. They can't. They're not here anymore. That still doesn't mean I have to forgive them. I would honestly feel gross saying or thinking, I forgive you for what you put me through. That would feel disgusting, honestly. Because for what this person put me through, knowingly and repeatedly, I do not have to forgive them. I will not forgive them. It is not my responsibility to forgive them. If they had ever sought forgiveness, which they never did, maybe there would have been a conversation to have had there. But knowing that they were unrepentant for what they put me through, no. Hold on. First off, Bookworm of the Fandoms, thank you. Thank you very much. You get a heart. Have you heard of the Big Finish chapter R and J from Volume 3 of The Lives of Captain Jack? That's a lot of qualifiers. No, I have not. If so, have you heard of it? Nope. It stars River Song and Jack Harkness, and in my opinion is so good. See, I would be nervous. I'm glad to hear that it's good, and I believe you. But that's the kind of setup where I would be very nervous about bringing those two characters together because, at least what I like about them, they are very similar in sort of outlook and characterization and mentality in terms of the flirty, always having fun, quick with a snark, here for the adventure kind of vibe. And when you have characters that similar, they often have bad chemistry, because usually good interaction between characters is derived from the ways in which they differ. So when they're too similar, it often doesn't work. But it sometimes can. And it sounds like they did there. And that's good to hear. Excuse me. Because you didn't dislike the Cartmel Master Plan enough. In that book that actually did it, it was the writer's intention that Leela is the doctor's mom. Have I mentioned how grateful I am that they didn't get to do that? Oh, what? Ugh! Dear God. Ugh. Have you seen Lupin the Third, the First? It's a CGI anime based on one of possibly Japan's most famous overseas anime. Italy has billboards with the main character, for God's sake. I have not. The only Lupin the Third thing that I've seen was Castle of Cagliostro. And I saw that when I did my ranking of all of Hayao Miyazaki's films, because that, I think, at the time was the only one I hadn't seen. So that's the only Lupin the Third I am familiar with. Hamilton or Greatest Showman? Probably Greatest Showman. Do you like my icon? It has scarred friends and lecturers. I actually can't really make it out from here. I would have to get much closer to the screen. So I don't know. Sorry. I'm in the middle of going through your Take 2 Doctor Who episode reviews. Just wanted to say I'm enjoying your perspective on Capaldi's run. Thank you. Once I finish his run, I have plans for sort of a master video of my big overall thoughts on his time as the Doctor and why, or at least a key aspect of why he connects with me so strongly. I have I have thoughts. The Bad Batch show comes out in May, which I may actually try. Hopefully it can be understood without knowing Clone Wars, because I'm not going to barrel through Clone Wars before then to catch up. What? Why? Sorry, Ms. Wicked Wolf. I find Greatest Showman to be more fun, and I like the songs more. To be fair, it apparently wasn't explicit that Leela was his mom. It was more subtext than the writer's headcanon. Same writer who wrote Spare Parts, weirdly enough. That is weird, because Spare Parts is great. Discord. Thank you, Carowin. I will hop over there in a minute. Was half to expect you to say Hamilton. Yes, clearly you are. Okay. I got to pop over to the Discord, which gives me a chance to remind you all that the Council of Geeks Discord is a thing that exists. It is a perk exclusive to Patreon supporters. And there's a channel there for the live streams, and is the one place that is guaranteed that whatever questions you ask will be addressed, aside from dropping the super chats here. So give me a minute and let me check that. So I had one catching up on the What the Frel podcasts. You reached the Scorpius Natira scene. You know the one. Oh, that series has a taste for kink. Oh my God, it so does. So can the whole of Farscape be read as an extrapolation of Dom-sub relationships? Dargo, tell him who his daddy is. Like, honestly, if I was so inclined, I could probably make an argument that fundamentally Farscape is about doms and subs and tops and bottoms, with Scorpius being, like the super dom, and Aaron used to being a dom and trying to learn how to be a switch, and Chiana's the brat. Like, I could go way down a rabbit hole in this. And look, folks, if you're not watching Farscape, which is amazing, it's on Amazon Prime, and then listening to the What the Frau podcast that I do with Jesse Gender, where we go through every episode of that one go at a time. And yes, the subject of kink has come up quite regularly on that podcast for good reason. God, I love Farscape. I love it so much. Wanted to let you know my dog obviously has great taste because she happy barks when Vera comes on. Aww. Thank you so much. Aw, that's adorable. Okay. Popping on back to the stream. I think there we go. There we go. Let's see. You just smiled innocently, something that I do. I don't know if I have an innocent smile. I don't think I do. Okay, Thomas, thank you very, very much for the super chat. You get a heart. Have I played any games in the Myst series? Yes, I played the original back when it first came out. I tried playing Riven, which was the sequel. I was going to say I didn't get very far in it. I don't know how far I got. But I got stuck, and this was back when I was on dial-up. So looking up walkthroughs wasn't impossible, but it was a pain in the ass. And I gave up on that one. I'm quite saddened as we approach the Oscars because unlike the previous two times it happened, I think this will be a case of posthumous acting Oscar win because of sympathy. Possibly. I don't know. I don't even know when the Oscars are being held. Actually. Comic fun fact, the early years of Cyborg's story, he became a freaking cybernetic planetoid. Comics are weird. Yes, comics are weird. Where can I find What the Frel? You should be able to find it on most podcast apps. Like Apple Podcasts. And like they're... I actually house them on Libsyn, but I think it should be on Spotify as well. The thing to remember is you actually have to look for the Council of Geeks podcast, because even though it's currently home to the What the Frel podcast, the podcast feed is Council of Geeks. So remember to look for that. Remember the Master and Scream of the Schalke? Yeah, I need to talk about that thing at some point. What they were doing with him kind of reminds me of what they did with Missy in Series 10. Yeah, I know, and I'm still disappointed that they didn't do that for longer. Oh, and I told Jessie that you stole her hearts. Yes, I know you did. You've mentioned. BAFTAs are the Saturday coming. Oscars are the 25th. Oh, okay. Cool. Just heard my first episode of What the Frel, and it's amazing to hear your dynamic with Jesse. You're both so great. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. Random question. I'll give you a random answer. But what do you think of Whiplash? Because I saw it recently. I think it's one of the best things ever. I have not seen it all the way through. I've seen clips. I've definitely seen the clip of were you dragging or were you rushing? Not my tempo. But I haven't watched the whole thing. it's good. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep it going. I doubt it, but have you seen the ABCs of Death? It's more trippy than Scott Pilgrim. No, it's not really my bag, to be completely honest. Noel Clarke is getting the Outstanding Contribution to British Cinema BAFTA this year, and Ang Lee is getting the Fellowship Award. Huh. So do they just announce in advance who's winning? I don't watch the BAFTAs, so I legitimately don't know. I'm a bounce because I'm freaking tired to hell with time zones. Remember to be good, people chat. Yeah. I'll try. Thanks for stopping in. I've seen Attack on Titan. I did about 3 episodes on Attack on Titan, and it did not grab me. It just, I've been saying not my tempo since 1998. Well, yes, you would, Meg. I gave you a clue on who I was on TikTok, and you said I figured that was you. Yeah, I remember. Only announced annual awards. Okay. All right. Have you ever written fan fiction about any fandom? No. I've written? Oh, dear God. I've written quite a bit in general. I've never written fan fiction. I think largely because I would get uppity about really being sure that I captured the voices correctly and worrying about doing it wrong and then feeling restricted by that. Yeah, the idea of writing fan fiction really never appealed to me. Okay. Oh. Thank you, randomness. You get a heart. I'm one of those people who can find some level of enjoyment in most films until a friend showed me a film called Things. I was in legit pain that day, and that was more pleasant than the film. Haven't heard of that one. Do you read fan fiction? Not presently. When I was in college, I feel like this is going to be very revealing about who I am, or at least have been in the past on multiple levels. So back around when I was in college, I used to read dirty fan fiction and get really annoyed when they would get things wrong or characters would behave out of character in basically reading smut and critiquing the canosity of the portrayals. Oh, God. Thoughts on the new Lil Nas X song? I liked it, but Twitter went nuts. Oh, you think Twitter went nuts? You should see what TikTok did with that thing. It was bonkers. I arrive almost immediately drunk and slurring. I'm sure it had nothing to do with you, Meg. So, excuse me. I like the Lil Nas X song, but I really love the video. And to quote my partner Liz, it is the gayest thing that ever gayed. And yeah, I really, really do love how much he's just owning all that stuff right now. That's hat off to him, seriously. Do you play any video games? Would you consider playing a game if paid? Sorry if you've answered this question before. I do. I do and I don't. The thing is, if we're talking console, I don't have anything more current than a PS3. So I don't game anything current, and my computer is not up to snuff to game most current PC games either. But I do have stuff, and I have played video games in the past, and I have been commissioned to play a video game once. I got commissioned to play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. That review is up in the break room of Geeks. So that actually, thank you, Bookworm. You just made me realize something. So I'm gonna post a reminder in the community tab on the channel words that I am going to be I found another game to stream on Twitch, because I did the Doctor Who Lonely Assassins game, and I am going to cut together that footage and make a video out of it. I had other stuff I had to prioritize first. But I'm going to play Unavowed on my Twitch stream starting tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that's a 2D point and click pixel art adventure. I'm pretty sure my computer can handle that, but we'll find out. So there, you reminded me to talk about that. Thank you. Can you whistle? Yes, I can. I think the Academy had to choose between nominating Jared Leto for Little Things or putting Lakeith Stanfield and supporting They Made the Right Choice. If that was in fact the choice, then yes. Yes, they did. Because The Little Things was... You were critiquing the canonicity of porn. Yes. Yes, I was. I remember the one that made me crack, too. I got really pissed off when I read an X-Men dirty fanfic, and they just had Rogue touching people. I was like, what? No! No! You have to put in something to counteract her powers first, or she's got to be in like full body latex. What are you doing? So, yes. Do you think that Ashes to Ashes / Life on Mars could connect to Doctor Who in some way? I haven't watched either of them, so don't know. Damn it, the dog didn't come back. No, I think he's past that. He's actually quite old. He's like 13, and he's deaf. So I actually can't call him into the room either. But he is probably passed out on the rug at a guess. For my birthday, my friend and I are either going to see A Quiet Place 2 if it's good. I'm not hopeful. If not, then we'll see Cruella just to make fun of it. Valid. More twitching. Yes. Yes, Gozer. I be twitching. Or something. I don't know. Have you seen Nightcrawler? If so, thoughts. The Jake Gyllenhaal movie. No. No, I haven't. I've been meaning to, but I have not. I should wrap up soon. I also, honestly, debating the wisdom of doing 2 cans of water this evening. But I made my bed, so I'm just rolling with it now. Can you whistle and hum at the same time? Yes, I can, and I'm familiar with that effect. So hold on. Let me see if I can get this. I haven't done it in a little bit. I've done better before. I've done better. I'm I'm sorry. I am laughing at the latest troll to just get banned by the mods. Thank you again, mods. And they're all going on like you'll never be a real woman. And I'm just back here like, I never said I was. But you don't know that and you don't care because you do not care who I am as a person. Because you're just hateful little shits. And I have not the time nor the inclination to burden my thoughts or my time with hateful little shits. You shall be flushed away and forgotten evermore. Still waiting for a Sid Barrett biopic called Crazy Diamond. Right? Oh, yeah. I'd pay to see that. Do you have high hopes for Doctor Who Season 13? I have hopes. I don't know how high they are, but I have hopes. The ASMR voice addiction is really showing. You know what it is? When I get in close to the mic, it's very difficult to resist just lowering the voice a little bit and seeing if I can worm my way into your hearts and minds. Jesus. I'm curious as if the algorithm, I'm honestly kind of curious if the YouTube algorithm has done the same thing to me that the TikTok algorithm has been doing lately, which is to start pushing me in front of the eyes of people who are, frankly, gonna hate me. Because TikTok's been doing that to me a lot. It seems to either be dumping me in front of people who just don't like me and never will, or like nobody friggin' sees my stuff, including the people who follow me on there. So, who knows anymore? All right. So I am gonna wrap it up, I think. I agree. It seems a lot of people on TikTok end up on straight/Trump/ ignorant For You page. Yeah. But honestly, the worst place to end up on TikTok is just any place where people not only don't like you, but they don't like you and then they tag other people to pile on you. Because since they're tagging each other, the algorithm's going to keep recommending you to that kind of user. And it's like, oh, for God's sake. But anyway, gonna wrap it up. Let's see. I am going to be streaming on Twitch tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I will be on Twitch on Thursday for the D&D. That will be on Stephen Partridge on Twitch. And that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, if I'm remembering correctly. I think so. And yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope you have wonderful evenings. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope you have less bullshit in your day and in your life than I have been dealing with lately. Best wishes to all of you. Thank you, randomness. Always nice to pop in. Have a good one. Thank you very much. And please remember that you are beautiful, you are valid, you are loved. You are the council. I'm just running the meetings. And until next time, this council is adjourned. McCavity!